So if you guys have kept up with all of my reviews on the subcompact SUV segment, you'll know that I'm not really a fan. I drove the latest HRV, wasn't really all that impressed with it. Drove the CX-3, wasn't really all that impressed with it. However, what I constantly kept forgetting was the Encore was one of the first subcompact SUVs I ever tested. It was one of the first press cars from GM that I ever got. And even though the Juke was technically the first entry, the Encore kind of started the trend with it being slightly more premium than all the other offerings. And it had a really unique look to it. I mean, for 2017, Buick is significantly updating the Encore. I don't believe this is a full-on redesign, but there are extensive changes on it for me to warrant, another review, a full review of the car. And this is Buick's bread and butter. This is the company's best-selling vehicle, for sure. Bear with me while I try to figure out where the hell I'm going here. Light, and then I'm going to stay on here for 3. Okay. All right, so now that I know where I think I'm going, let's talk again really quickly about the 2017 Encore. This is Buick's best-selling model, and it was an all-new model for 2013, and the company's been kind of taking a nap for the last 4 years, so it's good to see them coming out with some fresh products for 2017. This is one of them. And I have to say, the Encore, when I first drove it back then, it kind of impressed me. It was a relatively, comfortable car, relatively luxurious, very practical. It gave you that elevated seating position. It's also a little bit of a weird vehicle because the car is so narrow and it has that very tall roof. I mean, you have a crap ton of headroom in here. You can see there's plenty of headroom here, even with the optional sunroof on my tester. The seats, they're okay. They're not the most comfortable, but then again, most of the SUVs in this class, they really, a lot of their roots come from economy cars, so you're going to find, some disadvantages there. But Buick really says that for 2017, they've refreshed the car significantly, and what you're really going to notice is the styling. The exterior has been thoroughly reworked. You have new LED signature daytime running lights. LED headlights are available on the higher trims. My particular tester doesn't have it. The overall egg shape remains, but it's been upped in design. New wheel finishes, new colors, new front bumper, new headlight design, new taillights out back. And overall, I think it's a better looking car than the Juke and its corporate twin, the Chevy Trax. I do think the Mazda CX-3 and even the HRV look better. Just, in my eyes, the silhouette, the more conventional silhouette of those vehicles appeal to me personally more. But what the Encore does offer is a standard 1.4-liter turbo engine. Now, there is a new turbo engine for 2017, only available on the Sport Touring. It's the same 1.4 from the Cruise. This particular one that I'm driving just has the standard 1.4, the old one with 138 horsepower. And when you put your foot down, it's slow. It's gonna get going. All right, there we go. Okay. I mean, most of the vehicles in this class are slow, so I'm kind of, being a little unfair here. It's got more low-end torque than the HRV for sure, because this is a turbo. It has 138 horsepower, 148 pound-feet of torque converted to a conventional 6-speed auto. However, the powertrain is a little bit on the dated side. The 6-speed is rather slow to shift. The 1.4 is a little unrefined in its noises. But the fuel economy is pretty good. I think this one's rated at 2631 with all-wheel drive, so good gas mileage, and the quietness in here is also very good. Buick has always been known for having quiet interiors, and this one is certainly no exception. It is quieter than all the other SUVs, small SUVs, in the class that I've driven. Combine that with a really good ride quality, excellent visibility. You have big side mirrors, really good view out of the front. The back, the window is a little on the small side, but the big side mirrors and the blind spot on my tester certainly help with that. And when you look at the interior, let me talk about the interior really quick. You can see it's been substantially redone. You have Buick's latest infotainment system with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. It's an 8-inch touchscreen display. It's a really good system. The gauges and the steering wheel look pretty similar. They don't look like they've changed much. A couple of the small differences here and there. The steering wheel itself is a relatively old steering wheel design. I've seen some newer ones on the Envision, the Lacrosse. even looking at the switchgear in here, you also see, some of the older switchgear versus the newest fully redesigned offerings. So, I mean, the Encore is due for a full redesign, but this big refresh they did certainly will help it stay fresh in this segment. And honestly, Buick sells easily over 60,000 of these every year, so it's a really good vehicle for them. And out of all their vehicles, it brings in a lot of new buyers to the brand, a lot of younger buyers, and that's really what Buick is after. They're known in the U.S. for offering, or for being an old man's car, your grandpa's car. And they're really trying to change that image with these 4 new products. This Encore was the start of that back in 2013, and completely just redesigning the Buick line in general. But compared to the 2013 that I drove, this 2017, of course, still has the disadvantages that the Encore's always had. It's a very narrow vehicle, so you're really close to your passengers, so you better like them. The rear seat definitely is on the tighter side. The cargo capacity is also on the small side. The HRV really offers a lot more space. But the Buick is relatively good to drive in terms of the handling. The steering is light but precise. It's quick enough. The turn-in is quick enough. There's significant body lean, of course, with an SUV. But really I really want to drive the 1.4 from the Cruise, because this 1.4, the older one, definitely could use some improvement, which I really liked the 1.4 in the new Cruise that I drove. So I imagine in the Encore it's a little bit heavier. This one weighs like around 3,200 pounds, so it's a little bit heavier than some of its competitors, but it's a very, very easy car to drive. The perfect city car for somebody who wants an SUV but doesn't want that SUV bulk, which is why the Encore has been so successful. And it also offers an interior that is a lot more luxurious versus some of its more mainstream competitors, for sure. But anyways, be sure to tune in for a full Redline review when Buick gives me one of these to test. Until then, this is just kind of like a brief little presentation drive, since I don't have much time with the vehicle, as Buick has sent me over here to Albany, New York to actually test a bunch of their new 2017 vehicles. But anyways, if you guys are looking to see the latest cars I'm testing, make sure you follow me on Instagram, like us on Facebook, and as always, guys, keep subscribed to the Redline Reviews YouTube channel for all the latest reviews. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video.